Good morning. Have you ever wondered how some thought leaders seem to skyrocket to success while others struggle to gain authority? What if I told you the key wasn't working harder, but working smarter by leaning into the power of community? In this video, I'm going to be sharing with you 5 ways that community is the key to growing your authority fast. Hi, my name is Carma Spence, and I help executive coaches, business leaders, and consultants write, publish, and market client attracting books so that they can grow their business. So let's get to the first way, first idea that you need to wrap your mind around, and that is you're not an island. Authority is built in collaboration. If you're trying to stand out as a thought leader, keep this in mind. Lone wolves don't lead the pack. Lone wolves don't lead the pack. Collaboration is important in building authority. And authority grows faster when you have others vouching for you and your expertise. So for example, if if I were promoting my book all by myself, I might get to bestseller. I might. But what really pushes me over that limit is by leaning into my community who helps spread the word. Hey, Karma came out with a new book. Sometimes I have a launch team. Sometimes I hire help, but I can't do it alone. I need this team around me, lifting me up and getting my book message out there. Also, having mastermind, being a part of a mastermind is just so much. It has helped me so much, not only in helping me refine my own ideas, but also we become friends and we promote each other's stuff. Community helps you grow faster. Idea number two, the fastest way to authority is to borrow it. It's not stealing, it's strategy. Okay. It's not stealing, it's strategy. Here's how you borrow authority from people who already have it. Leverage relationships with established thought leaders or trusted community figures to amplify your credibility. So, what does this look like? One simple thing is when you go to an event and there's a relatively influential person, take your picture with them. Take your picture with them and then share it on social media. I have a picture of me with all sorts of relatively famous people, including Mr. Brown. I'm forgetting his first name. Famous speaker. Yeah, he likes to call himself a mama's boy. Gosh, why am I forgetting his name? I guess it's a Wednesday morning. Anyway, I've taken my picture with them. I have 2 pictures of myself with Pierce Brosnan. I didn't even know those pictures were being taken when they were taken because I was just having a conversation with him. Fun story, I was working at City of Hope in, Duarte, California, which is in the greater Los Angeles area, and I had just started. I was the editor of the employee newsletter, and the head of development was had befriended me, was a friend of mine. She goes, "Hey, Karma, Pierce Brosnan is here shooting a PSA. Would you like to watch?" I'm like, "Sure," because I was a big Remington Steele fan. Yeah, this was a few years ago. This is before he was Bond. And so I go, and I'm like seeing him from, I mean, literally, I'm like looking over people's shoulders. So all I can see is his head as he's looking into the camera and telling his story for the PSA. And next thing you know, my friend says, "Hey, would you like to meet him?" I'm like, "Okay." So she's like, "Pierce, this is Karma. Karma, this is Pierce." And I'm like, "Uh," and I'm trying to be really professional. I'm trying to be professional, I'm in my early 30s at this point, and I'm being professional. And the funny thing is, that particular day, I was wearing a purple brushed silk top with like a belly dance type kind of coin belt. It wasn't really a belly dance belt, but it kind of had that vibe. And I had short hair with a tail. I mean, I was so 80s. I was so 80s, and it wasn't the 80s anymore. clung to the 80s, well past its sell-by date. Anyway, so I'm talking to him, and my friend says, "Hey, she's the editor of the employee newsletter." So he says to me, "Here's Brosnan, says to Carma Spence, would you like to interview me?" What was I gonna say? No? So it was while I was talking to him, interviewing him for this newsletter so I could talk about Pierce Brosnan, what he's doing. Um, one of the nurses there took these 2 pictures, and one of them I'm going, and then the other one he's going, but I have them. So now I have this great story, and I can share that picture, and it kinda like, celebrity. And I've actually interviewed several celebrities. I've interviewed Sheena Easton, delightful woman. I've interviewed Peter Tork. Mm. Yeah, he was a great guy. He really was. Um, who else have I interviewed? I've interviewed other people too. I've interviewed a relatively well-known scientist, Susumu Ono, right as he was retiring. You probably don't know who he is, but if you know biology, you might know who he is because he's the one of the co-discoverers of the Barr body, which is how okay, short make this short. Every woman has 2 X's. One, but your cells can only express 1 X at a time. So one is wrapped up in protein. That's the Barr body. He's one of the people. It was a team of like 2 or 3 people that discovered that. Anyway, I had a great interview with him too. Anyway, I'm getting off the topic here. Tell stories of my celebrities. Anyway, by being able to say that I've been adjacent to these relatively well-known people, I borrow their authority. So I could literally write a post say, "Well, Pierce Brosnan said this to me," and anyone who's interested in Pierce Brosnan is going to go, "Whoa!" There you go. All right, so on to idea number 3. That's your book can speak for you, but your community makes it echo, echo, echo. So when you write a book, that's step 1, right? That's step 1. You've written the book. Now what? Well, in order to get it into as many hands as possible, you need your community to echo it out further than your particular reach. So they spread the message for you. And you know what? People will buy your book more often because so and so said it than that you said it. If I tell you, "Hey, read my book," if you like me and know me and trust me, yeah, you might go buy my book. But if your best friend says, "Hey, I just read this really cool book by Carma Spence, you should check it out," you're probably going to go check it out. I often when an influencer says, "These are the books I read," I often will go straight to Amazon and buy them if they aren't already on my bookshelf. So if you could have some influential people in your community, this is a good thing. Number 4, overcome imposter syndrome by surrounding yourself with evidence. What I love about being in group programs what I love about being in group programs and masterminds is that you share what you know in the group and you're talking to the mentor and the mentor's talking to you. And the people around you are like, "Oh, wow, you're really cool. Oh, I didn't know you could do that." And then you're saying that for other people in the mentor. So it's like a mutual admiration society, which really helps bolster your self-confidence. I mean, being part of groups, if I were just sitting here in my office every day and never talking to anyone else, I might totally forget how awesome my content is. I need the people around me to say, "Yes, Karma, you know your stuff." Oh, thank you. I just needed that affirmation. They show you evidence. They show you evidence of your awesomeness. And believe me, you are awesome. You are awesome. If you are even thinking of writing a book, you are awesome. So write that book. And number 5, visibility is the new currency and community is its exchange. So no one knows if you exist. No one's thinking about you. Your existence doesn't matter. I hate to tell you that, but that's really true. Your existence doesn't matter to the greater picture. But people who know you, who like you matter to them. And this is what community is for. It's the most effective way to increase your visibility and ensure that your expertise reaches the right people because these people will talk about you. There are people who come to me because so and so told them to check me out. It's kind of like a referral, but it's really, and here's a pro tip, pay it forward. All the people in my mastermind, if I find someone who could use theirs, believe me, I refer. And I don't care if it comes back. I mean, it's honestly, I put it as like, I put it into my Goodwill bank and it like, I may promote you and then you'll pro someone else who will find me. I mean, it's all part of, I mean, and my promoting you might have no effect at all directly, but it puts goodwill energy into the universe, which eventually comes back to me. So I look at it as if I can promote my peeps, I do. I do. It's all good. So this is, and you can't do any of the things I talked about in this episode if you don't have a community. Now, I am building a community. I really am. It's all going to start like near the end of this month, next month, when I launch Road Trip to Authority, which will be my signature program that will help you go from I'm not sure what to write about to either your first draft of your book or all the way to launch, depending on which tier you buy. And along with that will come a bonus membership into my brand new book marketing club, which officially launches in June. And that's going to be something I'm going to be growing and growing and building a community of like minded authors who want to make sure that their marketing is baked into everything they do so that they amplify their message with everything they do. If that's something of interest to you, drop authority in the comments and I will reach out to you with a link to the waitlist. Or if you're watching this video after it's launched, to the actual page where you can join us. This is Carma Spence saying ciao for now, and I will see you on Friday.